Got a card?
My name's Bliss. I'm a friend of Joe's. He said he'd leave word.
Okay. Be careful. This is a nervous business.
Hello, Bliss. What's with you coming to my joint?
I heard you were packing him in, Georgie. I thought I'd take a night off from my place, come over and see why. Well, do I get in or don't I? Thank you, Georgie.
Wild shadows, they are creeping. In a little cottage cozy, the world seems rosy at sundown. Where a loving smile will greet me and always meet me at sundown.
Scotch.
I seem to sigh, I'm in heaven. When night is falling and love is calling me home. I cried for you. Now it's your turn to cry over me. Every road has a turning. That's one thing you're learning. I cried for you. What a fool I used to be. Now I found two eyes just a little bit bluer, and I found a heart just a little bit truer. I cried for you. Now it's your turn to cry over me. I cried for you. What a fool I used to be. Now I found two eyes just a little bit bluer, and I found a heart just a little bit truer. I cried for you. Now it's your turn to cry over me.
Hi, Joey.
Ooh, what a contraption. Austin?
Do I see you later?
I may be a little crazy, but I gotta talk business
Oh,
tonight.
Joey.
Oh, I know I'm crazy.
When then?
Tomorrow night. I'll see you tomorrow night, okay?
Joey.
Awesome!
What's with those tricks on that last song tonight? You were sure playing fast and loose with the composer's notes there, Pappy. And that wild finish. Oh, what's the use?
You know, I wish I had a camera right now, because I could get the perfect picture of a guy with his 2 feet in his mouth. I was just so bad tonight that next week I open at the Valencia.
Oh, the Valencia?
Yeah, that classy joint where they carry the drunks out. They don't toss them out in the street.
I thought you didn't drink. I see the teapots finally got you.
Mr. Mack, listen to me very carefully. There was a man in the audience tonight named Bliss. Mr. Bliss is from the Club Valencia. And during my performance, he gave me a signal like this, which meant, Joe, next week you open in our club. And because you're so great, you can take along your piano player, providing he promises not to spit on the floor during the show.
You're kidding.
No, that's part of the deal. You can't spit on the floor during the show.
Cut it out. Was Bliss really here?
Mm-hmm.
And we really got a deal? Oh, no.
From now on, we work to great audiences, not like these reunion clubs from Leavenworth. We're going to be in the company of Sophie Tucker, Eddie Cantor, Al Jolson. They all work there, you know, one time or another.
And me, I'm really set to go in here?
Oh, you're such a lunkhead. You think I'd go without you?
Oh, Joe, this is...
Joe. Georgie, want to see you right away.
Sure, why not? I'm good company.
You know, Georgie might not like your leaving here. What do I mean, might not like it? He's gonna hate it.
You know your trouble, Mr. Chopin? You spent too much time in a conservatory. You're a little stir-crazy.
Hey, Joe. Take it easy, huh?
You know me, pal. Waltz time all the time. Hi, Georgie. Tim, how you been? Looks like everybody paid their tab, huh?
I saw you passing signals with this guy, Bliss. If you're figuring on going to work for him, forget it.
Well, to tell you the truth, George, I was gonna...
Joe. Tell us the truth.
You ain't going nowhere, not till I fire you, get it?
But the engagement is up Saturday night.
I'll tell you when the engagement is up here.
Last time I checked, I was still an American citizen.
What's that got to do with it?
Well, it means I got a right to work any place I want to.
What you got a right is to be buried anywhere you want to.
You don't mean that, George.
He means it.
Oh, I'm sorry you take it so personal.
Sorry.
Anybody quits me to work for Bliss, this I take personal. I'll beat it.
Oh, you gotta be kidding, George. This is my big break. You don't want to hold me back. You can get 100 singers. Come on, wish me luck.
Nobody ever walks out on me.
I can work any place I want to.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, with Georgie?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing much. You know how he is. He was a little sorry to see us go. Cried a little bit. Got me right there. Sure. You know that under that icy exterior, there's really a warm guy. I bet he does a lot of church work.
Joe.
You got a twin brother or something, Coogan? I could have sworn I just left you inside.
I didn't want to make a scene in front of the young lady just now, but I got to thinking maybe Georgie and me didn't make our point.
You made your point several times. Come on, Austin.
Piano player. Your friend hadn't been in town very long, and he doesn't know how things are. You're really a friend, explain them. What I mean is, he won't live to open at the Valencia.
You want to get something to eat right away, or you want to go to the hotel room?
I want to go and have your head examined. Do you know what Coogan said? Will you listen to me?
I'm listening.
You're not back in high school now singing soprano in Pinafore.
It was the Mikado, and I was very big in it, too.
Keep it up. You just keep it up. You'll be the funniest stiff in the morgue.
Mr. Mack, you read too many newspapers. You believe too much of what you read. Look, the joint is doing good, and they didn't want me to leave. They're not going to kill me for a lousy couple of bucks.
Joe, these guys kill people just to keep in practice. Joe, I know them. They like to kill people.
Let's go get some Chinese food.
Oh, we're going to the police.
Oh, fine. And that Bliss think that when he hires us, he's going to get mixed up in a gang war?
Coogan didn't say he was going to kill Bliss. Yours was the name he mentioned.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Oh, don't tell me.
We won't go to a Chinese restaurant. You'll be looking under the table for a tongue war. We'll go to a Mexican place. You're probably one of those guys who still thinks that Pancho Villa's alive.
You know what I think? I think you're as good as dead.
Well, then stop lousing up my last few moments.
But Joe, I'm not going to open it to Valencia with you.
Are you quitting on me?
That's right. Maybe I can't stop you from getting killed, but I'm not going to play the accompaniment.
Now, look, I know you're trying to be a pal, but if you don't go in there with me, I'll go it alone.
If you open it to Valencia, we split up for good.
Austin, I can see us busting up over abroad, but not Tim Coogan.
Use your head. Tell Coogan you're staying.
You're asking me to do the one thing I can't do.
All right, you'll just have to get yourself another piano player. Good luck, kid.
You know this is real weird? You without Austin, just like walking around on one leg. How about this, Swifty? Pretty jazzy? Jazzy, snazzy, and razzmatazzy. With a suit like that, why, a boy can pick up girls like Lynn. What's her first name? No, but without the proper accessories, why, you're just like an unfinished painting. Now, I have some pinky rings here. Elegant, soigné.
You sold me this ring, remember? Want me to grow another pinky?
I know you'd do it for me if you could, Joe. But how about some watches? I have a fine display here, never seen in Chicago until... Stick pins? Tie clips? Well, I got some elegant frippery and finery and haberdashery.
Frippery and finery and haberdashery. All right, Swifty. What's it going to cost me this time?
Well, 20 would dry my tears, Joe.
Wipe your eyes.
Come in, come in.
Here, Joe.
Maybe it's from Austin, you know. Joe?
Remind me to send a thank you note to Coogan.
I'm getting worried, Joe. Now, maybe you ought to blow this joint. Look, with Austin leaving you and everything...
Austin. It's just temperament, that's all it is, Swifty. I bet you the same 20's waiting outside that door. When I walk out, he'll say, do you know your lyrics?
Oh, well, just in case, I got something for you. Here, will you carry this?
Get that thing out of here. What do I know from guns? I'd shoot my toe off. How do I look?
A little pale, no roses in the cheeks.
Please, I'm not in the morgue yet.
Bite your tongue.
Get rid of this thing. Throw it out the window. You know your lyrics? You wearing a bulletproof vest?
I am.
Still scared?
Listen, you pea-brain, I'm so scared I'll have to tie my hands to the piano so I can play.
I knew you'd be here.
Sure. How can I pass up all that money I make off of you?
Malcolm did, Joe.
When the machine gun fire starts, I'll meet you under the piano.
If I could be with you, I'd love you strong. If I could be with you, I'd love you long. I want you to know that I wouldn't go until I told you, honey, why I love you so. If I could be with you 1 hour tonight, if I were free to do the things I might, I'm telling you true, I'd be...
Hello, Coogan.
But blue.
Well, Captain McCarthy.
Be with you.
Gonna play cops and robbers tonight? We're gonna have fun.
Let's play cops and robbers.
Go ahead, don't be bashful.
That I wouldn't go until I told you, honey, why I love you so. If I could be with you 1 hour a night, if I were free to do.
She's got nothing in her garters but her legs. But don't you take my word for it.
Oh, I'll take your word for it.
If I could be
This, at my table?
if I could be with you.
Right this way, Mr. Coogan.
Oh, no, not in the middle of Joe's number. It's not nice.
I want you to know that I wouldn't go until I told you, honey, why I love you so. If I could be with you 1 hour a night, if I were free to do the things I might, I'm telling you true, I'd be anything but blue. If I could be with you for just an hour, if I could be with you.
I'll show you to your too. Please, Mr. Mack. No knuckles.
When somebody loves you, it's no good unless he loves you all the way. Happy to be near you when you need someone to cheer you all than the tallest trees. That's how it's got to feel. And deeper than the deep blue seas. That's how deep it goes if it's real. When somebody needs you, it's no good unless he needs you. All the way through the good or lean years and for all the in-between years, come what may. Who knows where the road will lead us? Only a fool would say. But if you let me love you, it's for sure I'm gonna love you all the way, all the way.
Very good, Joe.
Thanks.
Well, Joe, you gave yourself quite a thrill and you made your point. You opened. Now you'd better come back with us.
I'm sorry, but I'm staying here.
You sure?
Sure.
You forgot to thank me for the flowers.
Oh, thanks.
Okay. Citizen.
Joe, now will you be serious? Tell me the truth. Coogan doesn't come to see anybody just for auld lang syne.
All right, I'll tell you the truth. He told me I was strictly from hunger tonight, and he's glad I left the other joint. And by the way, he didn't think you were so hot either.
Joe. Say, Joe. Carsfield.
So what did he say? I would appreciate it if you would be good enough to call me at my office tomorrow morning.
Is that from Coogan?
Frank Marshall, president of the Blue Label Record Company. There you are, Mr. Mack. If you have to worry about something, worry about what songs we record for Mr. Marshall. Yeah, you know, record. Those little black things that go around and around and... You know, it's pretty frightening to hear yourself as other people can hear you. Sounds like the mating call of a moose with a tin ear.
3 minutes ago, that was the greatest record ever made.
Now I know why Coogan wanted me killed. This boy's got public spirit.
Please don't mention it. Let sleeping dogs lie. A week's passed now, and we haven't heard from him. Say nothing. I'll meet you at the music publishers at 3, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy yourself.
What else? Who's there?
Captain McCarthy.
Who knows where the road will lead us?
Number, please. Hello? Hello? Mr. Lewis? Hello? Hello?
For Joe Lewis.
Look at that. Coogan's laughing in our faces. Yours.
Yeah. And there's not a thing I can do about it. He had a perfect alibi. I couldn't hold him for 15 minutes.
I don't care about his alibi. He told me he was going to get Joe.
Well, maybe Joe can identify him. What'd the doctor say? When can I talk to Joe?
A month, maybe a year.
How bad is it?
They slashed his vocal cords. They bashed in his skull. He was in surgery for 6 hours. I'd like to bash in that Coogan skull with a baseball bat.
There's a long line ahead of you. Be sure and let me know when I can talk to Joe.
Why don't you go home and get some rest, Austin? I'll stick around.
No, I want to be here when he wakes up. You go on. I can take care of things.
I'll be back later.
Joe, get back in bed. Joe. Joe, don't. You're going to hurt yourself. Joe. Joe, stop it, Joe. Hey, help me. Somebody in here, help me.
I was working for this jerk for 2 months and he doesn't even pay me. On top of that, he calls me a dumb broad.
All right, now keep it down, please. Keep it down, huh? Now, he'll be here any minute. Now, remember, he's not supposed to talk yet. The doctor wants him to take it real easy. And don't stare at his scars. For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly... Where's Joe?
I don't know. Nobody knows. He walked out of the hospital early this morning. He just disappeared. He left this note.
So long, Austin. Thanks for everything. Find yourself another singer. Good luck, Joe.
Oh, what a crazy thing to do. Well, why should he run away?
How's he going to live? He can't sing. Why, he can hardly talk.
What will he do? All he knows is show business.
Where are you going?
I don't know, but I got to find him.
I'll go with you.
Austin, you think he'll ever get his voice back? He'll ever be able to sing again?
There's more to him than a voice. He's a human being. He's a man. I got to help him. I got to find him.
Poor Joe, how awful he must feel.
How would I feel if they chopped off all my fingers? Captain McCarthy. The paper.
Relax, Austin. We know who did it, and it wasn't Joe.
Have you heard anything?
Well, I got word that someone saw him getting on a train for New York. I'll let you know if I get any real lead. See you, boys.
You know, I really hate that crummy joint I'm playing in now. I'm going to New York. They got plenty of pianos there.
That's some haystack, New York. 7 million people. Let's go look for the needle. Don't you know me? Sure I know you. You kidding or something? How's business?
How's business? That's all you can say after 100 years. Boy, we looked all over. Your voice. Can you still sing, Joe?
Never stopped. What do you want to hear? Stardust? Stars and Stripes Forever? Wandering Minstrel High?
I want to hear you with Austin. That's what I want to hear. Hey, let's hop a cab and surprise him, huh?
He's here in New York now?
Sure, we'll be there in 20 minutes. You know, he's doing pretty good. He's playing piano for Sophie Tucker. Boy, when you walk in, he's going to keel right over.
Yeah, we could surprise him. I tell you what, where you staying, Swifty?
The Clinton.
Well, I got to run along and do a couple of things, so I'll give you a call.
Wait a minute. What's with the brush off? What'd I do?
What brush off, Swifty? I told you I got an appointment with a booking agent. So I'll call you about it.
What can I tell Austin? I can't just tell him I saw you. At least where are you staying? Where are you working?
I'm right in the middle of things now, Swifty. But as soon as I get a new address, I'll call you, huh? And tell Mr. Steinway I said everything's fine. Just fine.
I told you about. Don't worry about a thing. Play that real good and loud. We'll make plenty of money. People belong and give it to us. Oh, a drink. You want a drink? Oh, later. Let's tune it up.
Is his voice really okay?
I told you he even wanted to sing for me.
The shamus is here.
All right, boys, knock it off. Happens to be a quiet zone. There's a hospital right down the street. No more noise, you understand? And you're the worst offender. Don't play. Don't you play.
Who's gonna stop me?
Who's gonna stop me? I'm gonna stop you. I said don't play around here, and I mean don't play.
Like to see you do that again.
So, you'd like to see me do it again? Well, I'm doing it again. Now, don't P-L-A-Y play.
Come on, let's go. You want to go backstage?
Oh, no. He wouldn't want to see me now. Not like that. I want to talk to Sophie about him. Come on, let's get out of here.
I'd like to see you do that again.
So, you'd like to see me do it again? Well, I'm doing it again. Don't P-L-A-Y play.
Go ahead and play.
All right, Austin. I'll take care of it. Get back to the piano.
Young man, I do believe there's something wrong with your hearing. I told you not to play, and I mean don't play.
Brass Buttons Blue Coat can't catch an nanny.
This time you're really going down the
Now,
stage.
wait a minute. Oh, you want to drink, Bozo? Why, sure, Bozo. Here you are.
Hey, Sonny,
Yes, Miss Tucker.
come with me.
Where to?
Don't ask any questions. Come with me. Ladies and gentlemen, a few years ago, a young singer refused to let a bunch of gangsters tell him where he could perform and where he couldn't. That courage cost him a great deal. He was badly beaten. He was almost killed. But to this day, nobody can tell him where he can perform and where he can't. Excepting me, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, hiding behind this fright wig, Joe E. Lewis. What would you like him to sing now?
Just one more chance. Falling in love again.
Beyond the blue horizon.
How about all the way? All the way.
All the way. Go to it, boy. All the way.
When somebody loves you, it's no good unless he loves you. Oh. Maybe those guys in Chicago weren't gangsters after all. Maybe they were music critics. Might as well give it up, Austin. I can't even talk in that key. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd be happy to finish the song, but it might be one of your favorites, and I'd rather leave it that way. But nothing's been lost because, after all, tonight you have heard Al Jolson, George Jessel, Sophie Tucker, three of the greatest baritones in the business today. Yeah, you know, this is the first time I've tried to sing in many years. As a matter of fact, since that little set to in Chicago. Yeah, they didn't fool around in those days. It was a different kind of show business. If they didn't like you, they didn't throw you out of the show, they threw you out of a speeding car. But that's all behind me now. It's past. It's all in the past. I'm doing pretty good these days with Mr. Zigg's Playhouse. And this week we're doing Shakespeare. It's one of the great classics. It's called This Must Be the Place. And the costumes. You should see the costumes in the show. The leading lady comes out on the stage with a gown, and oh, I wish you could see this gown. It's backless, it's frontless, and it's strapless. Come to think of it, it's a belt. If I knew where the bar was, I'd go get one. But before I go, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to pay a tribute to an old friend, Mr. Austin Mack. Mr. Mack plays a great piano. I think it's a Steinway. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I came out here in a kind of a hurry and I didn't have time to dress properly, so I'd like to thank Miss Tucker for lending me a pair of her slacks. Most of all, I want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being so kind and so understanding. Thank you and good night.
Good to see you, Joe. Real good. Been a long time, huh? And lots of clickers over that keyboard. I'll tell you one thing, though. You still got it. The way you wrapped up that audience out there. You had them laughing.
Why not? Guy trying to sing with his throat cut? That's always good for a big laugh.
Forget about the singing, Joe. I'm talking about the jokes. You were terrific. You know, I think this could mean a real break for you.
I got a break. Just had an offer out there, thanks to you.
You have? Where? Doing what?
Oh, some big musical show. I walk out in the middle of the stage. They surround me with 40 or 50 people, but the trick is I never make a sound. You see, I'm billed as a silent singer.
If you want to be sore, be sore. But don't forget, you're the one that told Swifty you could still sing.
All right, so I was lying.
Joe, I heard you out there, and I'm telling you, I know what you need. A couple of good
I got what I need, Austin. And let me run my own life, will you? And do me another favor. If I ever bust a leg, don't book me in a dance act, okay? I got things to do.
Why can't you get a little...
Austin, leave him alone.
Wait a minute.
For what? How many years you been looking for him, worrying about him? All I ever hear from you is, I wonder what Joe is doing. I wonder what's going to become of Joe. Joe, Joe, Joe. Now what do you get for it? Let me run my own life.
Who's the talky dame?
This is Cassie, my wife.
The party's about to begin. They want you to start the music.
I'm coming. Listen, Joe, we're in the telephone book.
Mr. Lewis, I'm Johnny Allen of the William Morris Booking Agency. I'm a friend of Austin's. I wish you'd drop around to my office sometime. Maybe we could do something for you.
Sure.
Here's my card. Call my secretary, will you? Anytime.
It's June in January, because I'm in love. It always is spring in my heart, with you in my arms. The snow is just white blossoms that fall from above.
Hello.
And here is the reason, my dear.
Do you mind if I join you?
Help yourself.
Of course, if I'm intruding,
Free country.
The trees are bare.
I'm afraid I am intruding. Excuse me.
Wait a minute, don't go. I'm sorry. I've been bouncing around like a foul ball all night long.
It's all right. I have days like that myself.
Yeah, but on you, it doesn't show.
You're Joe Lewis, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. That's the way it is.
What are you doing back here? Hiding?
Hiding. Stolen goods. And a hot pair of baggy pants.
It's June in January because I'm in love.
He's wonderful, isn't he?
But only because I'm in love.
You know, everyone thought you were very good, too.
Whoa, when it comes to the seltzer and the kiss a bit, I'm very big.
No, I meant later, when you were on by yourself. The audience thought you were wonderful.
There's an unwritten law that says it's not nice to throw rocks at a benefit. Well, nice to see you.
Don't go. The party's just beginning. There'll be dance music. See? You know what this reminds me of? Have you ever been to India?
No.
Well, in some of the movie houses there, the screen is in the middle of the theater to divide the audience. The untouchables sit on one side, and on the other sit the...
Touchables?
Yes, I guess you could call them that.
Gee, he plays a great piano.
A Steinway, I think. What's that curtain called?
You're not in show business?
Oh, I just did a little work for the benefit committee.
It's called a cyclorama. Psych.
You always hide behind Sykes?
Well, I was really on my way out, but I didn't want to fight that crowd.
It looks like a pleasant pastime, doesn't it?
It's called dancing. Really, nothing much. You just kind of walk around with a girl in your arms.
The way you put it, it sounds pretty good.
They seem to be having a lot of fun. You sure you don't want to join them?
I've been waiting for you to ask me. You know, even in India, they're giving up the idea of untouchables.
What's your name?
Letty Page. I've never been back to one of these before. It's rather beautiful and strange.
That's because we're the only real people here. The rest of them, they're only shadows. So then the second banana says,
"What are you running for? I'm running to stop the fight between the big fella and me."
That's what the second banana says.
But what's the second banana?
Second banana is the fellow who sets up the jokes for the first banana. See, he's the top comic.
I see.
There's really nothing to it. Oh, I could make you a second banana just like that.
You could?
Sure. Whatever I say to you, you say, that's good and that's bad.
That's good and that's bad.
For instance, I say, I'm married now, and you say, that's good.
That's good.
Okay, now we start. I'm married now.
That's good.
That's bad. My wife nags me.
That's bad.
Not so bad. She's got a lot of money.
That's good.
Not so good. She never gives me any.
That's bad.
Not so bad. She got a big house.
But that's good.
Not so good. It burned down.
Oh, that's bad.
Not so bad. She was in it.
Oh.
Anything else you want to know about burlesque?
Well, for one thing, you don't seem very happy in it. Why'd you get into it in the first place?
When they cut my throat, I had to eat. So, I went into burlesque. And I got pie in my face 5 times a day, and the service was fast and furious.
I don't know why I'm laughing. Must have been awful being cut up like that.
Well, let's put it this way. One time is enough.
Yeah. You know, I've had the most wonderful evening. That's good.
Not so good. The cab has stopped. I think the driver knows where you live.
Oh, that is bad.
That's so bad. Say, pal, how much does it cost to drive to Fairbanks, Alaska?
That's $1.50 you owe me.
See, there's a straight man for you all the time. What are you doing living in the public library?
It's more convenient than belonging to a book club. Would you like to come in and have a nightcap, Joe?
Not until I get my shoes half soled.
Oh, thank you, Samuel. You needn't wait.
Thank you, Sam. I was hoping you'd say thank you, Dad.
Sorry, I'm not the butler's daughter.
You're the cook. Upstairs maid?
No.
Downstairs maid. Got it. You're a little girl from a poor family, and these nice rich people took pity on you and decided to raise you like you were their own daughter. Nice people. I don't know why I'm impressed, though. I lived in bigger buildings than this, you know. YMCA. Good night, Letty.
You know, I've always wanted to go to a burlesque show, but nobody would ever take me.
Believe me, you won't want to go to this one.
But I do, Joe.
We could meet sometime after the show.
All right, when?
Oh, I'll call you sometime, maybe tomorrow.
Tomorrow will be just fine.
All right, you got yourself a date with a red-nosed comic. I'll meet you in the little bar across the street from the theater. When I meet you there, we'll get out like the place is contaminated, which it is.
I'll be there. Good night, Joe.
Post time.
Hey, Joe. What do you like in this one?
Give me a chance to get organized.
I got some real live ones. There's Parkway, Philemon, La La Baby.
How about Barnaby?
Everybody's a handicapper.
How about that? A couple of weeks ago, she thought a parley was a conversation in French.
A parley is a conversation in French, silly. Besides, Barnaby's my father's middle name.
So how about putting $2 on her old man's nose?
On her old man's nose, 5. Give me down, will you? It's amazing how we keep running into your father.
Running into him? You haven't even met him yet.
Oh, I haven't, huh? Walking up Broadway the other day, he introduced me to one of the skyscrapers he built. And coming out of Lindy's last week, there was another one of his buildings looking down on us. Or was it the same one following us around?
I have to introduce you secondhand. You won't come to the house and meet him.
Why would he want to meet me?
Why not? I think you two might hit it off.
That architect who won't touch anything under 60 stories and a pie-in-the-face comic. What a great meeting of the minds.
Well, since you won't come to meet him, he's going to come to see you. In fact, we're both going to come down to the theater tonight.
Why would you
I've been waiting for you to invite me, but obviously...
Invite you to what? To see what? A bunch of strippers working with one eye out for the cops? And a lot of tramps sleeping in a place, sleeping off their hangovers?
Joe, we're coming to see you. Whatever it is you do there, I'm sure you do it very well. Look, we've been seeing each other almost every day for a month now. We meet under a clock in a restaurant, in a bar. Honestly, don't you think it's a little silly to go on like this?
Yeah. I guess it is. I'll leave a couple of tickets for you at the box office and get my baggy pants pressed and tell everybody to take a bath.
It hasn't changed a bit since my college days. Here you are, son.
Thanks.
Dad, remember I told you how sensitive Joe is about...
Now, Letty, if I were a snob about these things, you would be, too.
All right, Dad.
I'll get the tickets. You have 2 tickets for Paige.
Paige?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, here you are.
you.
They're all paid for.
Oh, what time does Mr. Lewis go on?
He don't. He blew the show an hour ago. Just walked out. He always was a crazy banana.
Let's go home, honey.
No, you go on, Dad. I think I know where to find him.
Letty, now maybe it's better
Please,
to...
Dad.
All right, honey.
Yeah.
Hello, Joe.
You must be lost, young lady. You don't belong here.
But I do.
In the wrong hotel. You must have made a mistake.
I have a friend here.
Forget about your friend.
That's all? What happened to all the jokes, the laughs?
I think of you and your father sitting out there in the audience. I laughed so hard I could nearly die.
Joe, what are you ashamed of? Burlesque?
Me? Oh, no. I wear my fright wig like a badge of honor. Just that I thought before I met your father I should do something about my dressing room. Dress it up a little bit, get some architectural magazines and clean out the whiskey bottles. Sober up the mice and spray
Stop
the
it,
joint.
Joe.
Please go, Letty. Maybe we'll meet again at another benefit behind the psych.
Only behind the psych?
Yeah, there everything looks good. Even me.
Look at me, Joe.
I know what you look like, Letty.
But you don't know what I am like. Joe, don't you know I don't care about you being in burlesque? I don't care. Be anything. Be a tightrope walker, sell vacuum cleaners from door to door. Do anything. I don't care. Only just stop running. Please look at me, Joe. Do I have to do a striptease to get you to look at me?
Please go, Letty.
Joe, that's not a nice way to say I love you.
What kind of a life do you think it could be?
It could be any kind of a life you want to make it, Joe.
I'd be sorry.
Never.
You know that not a single one of those holes in your head even shows. To the 8th floor this way.
Eighth floor.
Joe!
How are you, Austin?
I'm okay. You?
Pretty good. How's your wife, Cassie?
Swell, Joe. You know, you shouldn't have sent her that present. She wasn't really sore.
Well, Hey, you, still with Sophie Tucker?
No, her regular man's back. It was a temporary thing, you know. Still following the horses?
Yeah, and the horses I follow the horses. What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm going in here on a kind of an audition. Some new comic they're trying to develop. They think he might need an accompanist. I hope this guy likes me. Come on, you new comic, you. Make me laugh.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I know you're ladies and gentlemen because this club only caters to a select clientele.
Yeah.
You can't get in here without money, and you can't get out with it. I might add, you can't get out with it. Some joke. You can't get out with it.
How's he doing?
Letter perfect.
Well, I should have had some more rehearsal.
Don't worry about your throat. Just take it easy on the high ones. You better lay off of that stuff.
What happens if I lay an egg?
You're not gonna lay an egg.
Well, if I do, I'll color it and use it for Easter. Post time. I'm all right, Letty. Honest, I'm fine. Just fine.
I didn't say a word to him.
Here you are, Kathy. Anybody out there?
Oh, the joint is packed.
8 to 5, I empty it in 10 seconds. Did you get those bets down today?
The bookies will be around to collect in the morning. Hey, where did you get a suit like this? You know, you should have checked with me.
Swifty, please. Would you mind waiting outside? I'd like to be alone. Would you mind all waiting outside for a minute? Please, you two, Letty.
Yes, darling.
You've only got a minute. Okay. Baby. Sorry, I don't know what it is. I just feel like, well, there are like 1,000 Tim Coogans sitting out there. It's crazy, huh?
I love you, Joe.
Hey! Put it on my tab. Here's the burlesque.
That's a good way to get there.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I know that you're ladies and gentlemen because this club only caters to a special clientele. You can't get in with money, and I might add that you can't get out without money either. Well, I guess I loused that one up pretty good. You see, a joke is a delicate thing. If you breathe on it too heavy, it dies. Boy, am I a heavy breather. One of the waiters, please kill himself because I don't feel like dying up here alone. I seem to have a knack of taking a joke that can't possibly get a laugh and proving it. Please, I know you're not laughing, but leave us not make it a crusade. You know, I don't have to do this for a living. I got oil wells, 500 barrels a day. No oil, just barrels. Boom, boom. Oh, before I sing a little song, I'd like to introduce my pianist, Mr. Austin Mack. There's a guy can brighten up a room by just leaving it. You know, this is my first appearance in a nightclub in a long time. And it just doesn't mean only applause. It means, well, it means money. But money isn't everything, believe me. You can't buy poverty. See, being a comedian is just a hobby with me. My real business is horses. So I'm just a comedian so I can make money to put back in my business. Mr. Mack? My bookie came from out of nowhere. He held out his hand. I offered mine. He whispered, Joe, up with the dough, or you go where you'll never need a cent. Can bet to your heart's content. You know, a guy making bets without a dime in his kick is liable to wind up very sick. You can't collect the day your horse comes in and sing a ballad when he doesn't win. Besides, I ain't in the mood to take a loss. My friend, you better come across. Or would you like to swing from a star? Carry moonbeams. Oh, please, Mr. Mack, what are you pushing me into a song like this? What are you crowding me? Be fair. I'll pay the creepers money.
the weather in New York?
Stormy.
Father?
I was so terribly hurt and upset. He's never talked to me in my life the way he did tonight. He said my behavior is no better than that of a camp follower.
No, don't.
Cassie, we've always been so close. The things he said,
He's just upset because he loves you.
Maybe more to the point because he thinks Joe doesn't.
He's a parent, Letty. You know how parents are. They're short on moonlight and long on marriage. Joe goes on a minute. We better get to the table.
I just don't feel like it tonight, Cassie. Will you tell Joe I'll meet him on the train, please?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me for being a little late, but I just walked back from the track. What a day, what aggravation. Most aggravating day. There was one race I bet on could have been a photo finish. But by the time my horse came in, it was too dark to take the pictures. I can tell you this, that if Paul Revere had ridden this horse that I bet on today we'd all be speaking with a British accent. This horse drove me to drink, but I was going in that direction anyway. It would have taken too long. Matter of fact, I woke up this morning at the crack of ice, and I've been half stiff all day. But I don't believe all these stories about drinking being harmful. Not at all. I had an uncle drank a quart of whiskey every day of his life, and he lived to be 28. Boom, boom, boom. I'd like to sing a nice little song for you now, ladies and gentlemen. But before I do, say hello to my pianist, Mr. Austin Mack. Mr. Mack is a very close friend of mine. He only plays like an enemy.
What do you expect? He has to listen to your jokes every night.
Ladies and gentlemen, this young man is doing the town tonight. And just between you and me, he ain't doing it much good.
Hey, Louis, I hear when you open here, the management cut out the amusement tax.
The last time I saw a mouth like that, it had a hook in it. You better get yourself vulcanized, buddy. You're losing air. Now, if there are no further interruptions from Austin's relatives... Boom, boom. Oh, those horses, they kick up a lot of dust all day. Open up your heart and give a fella a drink. I'm thirsty, not dirty.
She'll meet you at the train.
Well, it's post time.
Come in.
This must be the place.
Sorry, baby. I had to go over the new routine with Austin. It took a little longer than I figured.
Austin stuck his head in to say goodnight over an hour ago.
He doesn't have to close up the bar every night like I do. Cassie was telling me about a telephone call from your father.
Joe, I'm not going to stay in Chicago. I'm going right on to New York tomorrow morning. I think it's better this way.
What?
Don't say any of the usual things. I haven't forgotten that I'm here because I wanted it that way. You made no promises, so no promises have been broken. Bye, Joe. I guess it really is goodbye.
Goodbye?
That's not a nice way to say I love you.
Please, Joe.
Letty, give me a little time, baby. I feel like I still have a foot in burlesque and the other foot on a slippery nightclub floor. Well, I know no promises have been made aloud, but promises have been made. I just couldn't figure a way to tell you and get a laugh at the same time. I still haven't had a laugh, but I have told you. You don't really want to cancel me out, do you? Oh, baby. You had me scared good there for a while. You had me talking like a straight man. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, tonight we wind up our engagement here in Miami, and the management has been very kind. He's invited us back next season with a much better deal. We're going to get paid. And I really shouldn't complain because during this engagement, he told me that I was allowed to drink all of the liquor I could possibly hold, and there was $1,000 right there. I'd like to thank my accompanist, Mr. Austin Mack, at the piano. Mr. Mack has been dead for a week now, and I haven't had the heart to tell him yet. Like to have the girls come out and say goodbye to you. The girls of our line. Girls, come on out and say goodbye to you. There you are. Martha? You don't mind, do you? I'd just like to remind you that I'm doing all the comedy in the show.
I'm sorry, Mr. Lewis.
I mean, let's be fair. I don't come out here in tights.
Well, maybe you should. Then you'd really get laughs.
Pretty brave little kid coming out here and ad-libbing with me and my 3 writers. Well, thanks for showing all that courage, honey. And I hope you don't have too much trouble finding a new job. Here. What is that? What is that? What is all of that? What does it mean? Well, come on, speak up. You're among friends, temporarily.
Well, that's what they used to call a skull in old-time vaudeville.
Skull?
Yeah. I was born in a trunk.
Look more like you came out of a violin case. Go back in the paddock with the rest of the fillies. Thank you very much, man. If I may get serious with you, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to share with me a piece of wonderful news. In a couple of weeks, the entire cast, the girls and Austin Mack and myself, we all open in New York City at the world-famous Copacabana.
When did all this happen?
I don't know. I didn't say a word about it, but it's wonderful.
Here, wait a minute. Hold it. Please, Martha. Not in front of the future Mrs. Lewis, please. Be fair. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, behind every man there's a woman. Antony and Cleopatra, Napoleon and Josephine, Heinz and the tomato. And now I want you to meet the woman behind Joe Louis. She's a wonderful woman. She's got a hole in her head, but she's a wonderful woman, Miss Letty Page. We would like to invite all of you to the wedding, but it's only for the immediate family, the bride and the groom and the bookmakers.
What a way to propose.
See, I don't care, just so we proposed.
And until I see you again, ladies and gentlemen, may the good Lord take a liking to you, but not too soon. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. How about everybody getting up to dance?
Picked a winner, Joe, and I think it's wonderful.
You kidding? I saw this coming a long time ago.
By the way, I accept.
Thanks, baby. Thanks for a lot of things, too. Beside that.
I think if you look at these x-rays, Joe, it'll be a little easier for me to explain.
Doc, don't ask me to look at the x-rays, and I won't ask you to tell any jokes. Just tell me what I'm supposed to do.
Stop drinking?
Oh, you gotta come up with a better offer than that.
It's the only offer I've got. And if I were you, I'd grab it while I still can.
Oh, come on, Doc. I look around and I see a lot more old drunks than I see old doctors, you know.
Joe, at the rate you're going, you'll never be an old drunk. Or a middle-aged one, either.
I tried to stop drinking, Doc, and I can't.
Millions of people have.
I don't know about millions of people. I just know about me. If I couldn't get a drink, I wouldn't be able to get out there on that floor. I might just as well be dead.
Joe, I have lots of patience in show business. I can understand a man living just to be an entertainer, but dying for it.
This comes at a pretty inconvenient time, Doc. I was planning on getting married.
You're not doing the girl any favor, not unless you have a lot of insurance.
Yeah. Lots of people have died, and it didn't kill them. Some joke.
Joe, I'm sorry if I sound cruel. I just want you to realize how serious this is. Here's a prescription. It should relieve the pain anyhow.
She's a wonderful girl, Doc. Very wonderful. Well, I guess I can quit drinking. Shouldn't be too tough. I've done it 100 times before.
Hey, Jack.
200, no first down.
You got a bet.
Got to keep it lively.
Hot dog?
Hot dog?
No, thanks.
You want one, Joe? You know I never eat on an empty stomach.
What's the pill for, Joe?
A little heartburn.
That's all?
You want to make it 300?
No, 2's enough.
Chicken.
Colonel Donovan, report to the office. Colonel Donovan, report to the office. Urgent.
I don't know what you're looking for in that bottle, but the faster you run after it, the farther away it seems to get.
If you want to give a lecture in temperance, why don't you go out and use the public address system? Letty,
Joe, what's wrong?
I don't know. I just don't know. But for weeks now, I feel like I've been split down the middle and going in two directions at the same time. I don't know. How about the 300, Jack?
Okay, you're down.
Good boy. Live dangerously.
Joe, as soon as you're through at the Copa, you've got to take a little rest.
I'm not tired, Letty.
Yes, you are. We both are. Wouldn't it be nice to get away from the crowd for a while? Just the two of us.
Attention, please. All Army and Navy personnel report to the office immediately. Urgent.
What's supposed going on?
Maybe Hitler invaded New York.
Impossible. Where could he find a place to park?
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt this game for a special announcement. President Roosevelt has just announced that the Japanese have attacked Pearl Harbor by air.
Pretty creepy.
The street's so dark.
I suppose I'll be hearing from a draft board.
Not with your back.
Good evening.
They hung a closing notice on us, Mr. Lewis.
Well, like Sherman said, war is hell.
Maybe you'll have to take a rest now, Joe.
What's going on here? I thought he said the place was closed.
Say, did you hear the news? Martha's marrying that new head waiter.
I didn't know she had a reservation.
Anyway, it's a great excuse for a party.
She probably wants to get to him before the draft does.
Come on, the whole gang's here. Champagne, trap.
How about that? Those two kids getting married.
Well, people still do.
Hi, Joe. Hi, everybody.
Whoa. Congratulations.
So let him live a little.
Thanks. Anyone else?
Congratulations,
Lots
Martha.
of happiness.
All the best, honey.
Gee, that was nice. But all the best to what?
All the best of married life.
Oh, no, I'm not the one that's getting married. It's the other Martha. But I'm ready any time. Come on, Mr. Piano Player, let's go make some music, huh?
Here, let's live a little.
Yeah, well, just don't forget your back.
Well, to our greatest ally, Scotland.
Dad's going to work for the War Production Board. He's asked me to close our place here in town and keep house for him in Washington.
Are you going?
Might as well, don't you think? I thought I'd leave tomorrow morning.
So soon, huh?
I guess so.
I guess you think it's kind of funny that I made no further mention about our getting married.
Funny isn't exactly the word I would have used.
That's not really what I meant. I just...
Joe, don't need to say anything. Think about it. When I'm not around to make you feel guilty, I'll let you know where I am. Whatever it is you decide, just make sure it's what you really want. Don't look so sad. Come on, we better join the kids. They'll be hurt if we don't.
Well, I'm ready.
You take care of yourselves, you two.
Look, what can happen on a U.S. Zoo tour? I'm gonna fall on my accordion?
Joe, why isn't Letty here? Look, aren't you worried about her? Austin, would you call the airport and find out what happened to that plane? He's in some kind of a fog.
Don't bother, Austin. She's not coming, Cassie.
He's not coming to say goodbye? Why not?
Who knows why not? She's just not coming, that's all.
Joe. Joe, you never even told her you were going overseas, did you? Don't you even think she has a right to know?
Cassie, this is none of our business.
Since when? Everything else in his life seems to be our business.
That's not fair.
All right, hold it, Austin. She's got a right to ask the question.
Well, then why, Joe? Why are you running out on her? I don't understand this.
I'm doing her the greatest favor I know how.
Joe.
Look, what kind of a marriage you think it would be, Cassie? A few fast years and a cocktail shaker?
What do you mean a few fast years?
You think she could take to my brand of living, getting to bed at 6 o'clock in the morning and getting up at 2:30 in the afternoon and hanging around a lot of smoke-filled joints with a bunch of drunks like me, listening to the same material, same jokes, same songs, year in and year out? It's no good.
Well, you can make it good if you love her. Don't you love her, Joe? I guess you don't.
Cassie, you got a chip on the wrong number. You couldn't possibly be more wrong. Letty's the greatest thing ever happened to me.
Don't tell us, Joe. Tell her.
I can't. It wouldn't get a laugh. Dear Cassie, we arrived at...
Censored.
And took off right away to entertain the troops at...
Censored. Censored. Censored.
Where we...
Censored.
So much for details. Joe and I are scared stiff of flying, but Joe had a long talk with this...
Censored.
Officer. Major, I refuse to fly in anything smaller than a four-motor plane. You see, it's against my religion. I'm a devout coward. But Major, the Army promised us nothing but four motors.
Joe, you don't look well.
Look well? I'm gonna look like my passport picture. What an act this turned out to be. Joe Louis and his flying electric fan, accompanied by Austin Mack.
Hey, Joe, it's hot in here.
Yeah, maybe we ought to ask the captain to open one of the windows. I've been with the USO now for quite a few months, and I've seen plenty of action. But I still like the American broads better. If you wonder why I'm not in the service, it's simple. They classified me 5F. That's a coward with dependents. But I got an uncle. This guy's got scrambled eggs on his cap. He's got fruit salad on his chest, hash marks all over his arm. He's no hero, he's a sloppy eater.
You guys stay down here.
All men man your battle stations. Enemy aircraft sighted.
It don't look so good, does it?
He ain't winning. What are you thinking about?
Cassie, what are you thinking about?
Letty.
You should have married her. Long now. What are you smiling about?
I was just thinking what Cassie's gonna say when I tell her I'm gonna marry Letty.
Cassie, what do you think Letty's gonna say?
Who is it?
Me, honey.
Austin! Austin, wait just a minute! Oh, Austin, darling! Oh, how wonderful to see you. I thought you'd never get here. Joe. What took you so long? I waited for you till 1 o'clock. Oh, darling, it's so wonderful to have you back.
I missed you so much, couldn't sleep for thinking about you.
I won't be here long, then she can give you a sleeping pill. I want to make a call.
Here, I got some champagne for your homecoming. Yeah? Open it.
Operator, get me long distance.
Who are you calling at this time of night?
Letty, how's she been?
Well, I don't know. We haven't kept in touch. What are you calling her about?
I'm gonna marry her.
Austin, will you open that champagne and pour Joe a drink?
No, I don't want any, thank you.
I think you will. Letty got married, Joe. 2 weeks ago. I read it in the paper.
Married, huh? Well, I can't say that I blame her. 2 years of hanging around. Things are pretty tough on her, too. She's right. She's absolutely right. I sure don't need anybody to cut my throat. I do a good enough job.
Joe, look, it's done. Now, why can't you just...
Happy New Year. Big round of applause for Martha. She deserves it because this kid kicks herself in the head 40 times a day. And that's what's the matter with her. Would you get me a refill, please?
Are you sure, Joe?
Don't worry about me. I only drink to steady my nerves. Yes, sir, ladies and gentlemen, I only drink to steady. And I want to tell you something. Sometimes I get so steady I can't move. And I'm very happy, ladies and gentlemen, to be back here on the Copacaboo. And I'm very pleased to see that so many of my friends are here tonight, plus a few sober people. I can't wait to see what I'm going to say next. Mr. Mack here, he took up drinking when he was overseas. And you know, there were some days he was so drunk I could hardly see him. This kid reminds me of a school teacher I once had. She used to keep me after school every day. We were both expelled at the same time.
Your cocktail, Mr. Lewis. Would you like me to shake it?
Hey, if you please, yes. You wanted to curdle? Thank you. It has been said many times that whiskey improves with age. The older you get, the more you like it. Post time. Hey, that's tea. You know, there are certain people who think I drink too much. Well, I resent it. I do not deny it, I resent it.
Joe.
I can handle it. Everything's fine. You might be interested to know that my doctor told me that I would have to cut down on my drinking, smoking, and running around with a lot of girls. Well, there was only one thing I could do about that, and I did it. I changed doctors. He asked me how I got in this kind of run-down condition that I'm in, so I told him. And he thought about it for a while, and he said, ask her if she's got a friend for me.
Post time, Joe. Post time.
Yeah. And they're away. I seem to be having trouble getting away from the post. Do you mind if I sit down doing this? Because, I don't like like the room spinning around when I'm standing up. I used to be a very romantic fella. When I look around at all these young fellas, I realize I'm an old man. And an old man is somebody who can't take yes for an answer. I used to go dancing a lot, too. And I learned dancing from Arthur Murray. But I found out it was more fun with a girl. Don't worry about my staggering when I walk, ladies and gentlemen, because I always manage to fall in a straight line. Not so loud, pal. They might hear you out front. But I've seen enough of this married life, you know. I had a friend who was married, and the first time he came home at 8 a.m., his wife hit the ceiling. She hit the ceiling. She was a poor shot. That's a joke. She was a poor shot. But that's enough of that. Let's have a song, Mr. Mack. All the way. When you find a lover, it's no good unless you love her all the way. Never just a little. Don't go dealing from the middle. All the way. Stay there for the full 9 innings and pitch with all your heart. Stay there, double up your winnings. Don't let go of her if you're smart. You won't find another who is in your corner.
Hey, pal, you were left at the post.
Should have jumped to the bride and the groom.
What is it, Joe?
No, I'm fine. All right. Oh.
Hey, help me with
What's the matter?
What's the matter, Joe?
Get out. Put him up here.
Take it easy, Joe.
Lie still here, huh? I'm fine. It's just you people are spinning around.
Everybody out. Come on.
Yeah.
How do you feel, Joe?
It's great. My arteries are as hard as rocks. And I got blood in my alcoholic system.
Please don't, Joe. Joe, I'll get you some coffee.
I better call him a doctor. Don't call me a doctor. Call me a drunk. I got the answer. I'm gonna go to Florida and settle down and take it easy, and I'm gonna quit alcohol.
Would you like some coffee, Joe?
Yeah, Cassie's right. I may even get married. Everybody gets married. I guess I ought to find a nice girl. Get married.
I just don't understand it. How can it rain in Florida in the middle of the season?
Just a spell of California weather.
Oh, suddenly I'm all goose pimply and weak in the knees.
Now relax. It comes with the trousseau.
I don't know what I'd do without you, Cassie.
You'll do all right. Just so you two love each other.
I know how I feel. I'm just crazy about him.
Sure you are, honey, but do you love him?
Cassie, to me, he's more fun, more excitement than anyone I ever knew. And we like the same people and the same things, work all night, sleep all day. It's gonna be a ball.
Well, just so it's a marriage, too.
Say, you think I'm making a mistake?
I'm betting on you to live happily ever after.
Thanks, honey. I know Joe's always been stuck on Letty. But I've always been stuck on him. A lot of people would say that there isn't much sense in that. But there really is.
Sure there is.
And Joe's been on the wagon almost 2 months. That should prove something.
Sure it does.
Well, I'm ready.
Yeah, this marriage is going to be a wonderful thing. Just what I needed.
Post time, Joe.
Yeah. And a sloppy track, though, huh? We're a winning entry.
I'm giving odds. Let's go.
That's bridal music? Can't they know the Muskrat Ramble?
Don't get excited. They parlay this into Here Comes the Bride.
Arthur and Joe, you're now man and wife. Joe, now you may kiss the bride.
Hey, come on, you gotta cut the cake.
Oh, honey, hold my hand like they do in the advertisement. Joe, where are they going with the cake?
Maybe Swifty rented it out. Hey, who catered this wedding? Nick the Greek?
Here, the bridegroom had the first roll.
Come on, you gotta hurry. You're gonna miss your plane.
Oh, my beautiful cake. Bye.
So long. Bye.
Bye-bye,
Thank you,
Austin.
Mother.
Thank you so
Come
much.
on, come on.
Thank you, honey. Oh, the flowers.
You're all set. I got your luggage at the airport, and I got your tickets in the side pocket there, Joe.
Yeah.
And your reservation at the Hotel Bermuda. Now, good luck, kids.
Thanks,
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, wait a minute. The telegrams.
We'll read them when we get back.
Wait a minute. Look, there's one important one here. It's for you, Martha. You got to answer this.
Joe! Oh, Joe, honey, it's from my agent. He wants me to come to Hollywood right away. He's got a wonderful part in a movie for me.
Congratulations, baby. When are you supposed to be there?
Well, it says Wednesday. But what am I talking about? We'll be on our honeymoon on Wednesday. Joe, I want to go and I don't want to go. I'm like a Dr. Jekyll and a Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, no. Mr. Hyde with a split personality.
No, our honeymoon is more important. Swifty, you send them an answer.
Yeah.
Tell them what'll I say?
What does any girl tell a Hollywood producer? No.
For a memento?
So long, Swifty.
Bye-bye, Swifty.
Good luck, kids.
Post time, ladies and gentlemen. It's nice to be in Hollywood. I needed that. I've been on a wagon for 2 months, and I think I was pretty thirsty. You know, there's a big federal tax on whiskey these days, and that's the only reason why I drink. I'm patriotic. Oh, believe me, I'm so patriotic I get up every day with red, white, and blue eyes. And if you think they look bad from where you are, you should be on this side of it. My thought for tonight, ladies and gentlemen, marriage is a wonderful thing. After all, without marriage, husbands and wives would have to fight with strangers. It's a funny thing, though. A man never realizes what happiness really is until he gets married. And then it's too late. You know that Martha and I only knew each other for a few weeks, and after we were married, we were complete strangers. But you see, we got a little problem. I work all night, and Martha works all day. And this is not my idea of a honeymoon. Let's face it, ladies and gentlemen. You know, the last time I kissed Martha was the day we were married. It's beginning to worry me a little bit now. This morning she went to work. She left me a little note, started out, "Dear Sir." We better have a song, Mr. Mack. I'd like to dedicate this little song, ladies and gentlemen, to my bride. Mr. Mack. I got married to a girl, naturally. I know 'cause she was dressed up like a bride. Up to now, it's pretty tame. All I did was change her name. At least I know my folks are satisfied. She became a movie star, naturally. And the hours don't quite coincide for us. So the only time we meet is when I give her my seat as she gets on and I get off the bus. Martha, Martha, where is Martha? Are we making any dough? Naturally, even more than just our ordinary pay. We endorse a lot of things, like that bed with inner springs that you see in all the magazines today. The one on the left side is she. The one on the right side, that's me. It's the only time we got together, naturally. I got a great cure for hangovers, Swifty. You take the juice of a bottle of scotch.
You better get to bed, Joe.
Hey, I got an idea. How about having one for O'Grady, one for my load?
No, thanks. Good night. You wake up Martha.
It's a very nice idea.
Come down off your tippy toes. I'm not asleep. Hi, honey.
Hello, stranger.
No. You'll smudge my lipstick.
That's the dream of every clean-cut American boy. Would you say that we are turning out to be like two ships that pass in the night?
Well, that's a very familiar smokestack. Isn't it pretty late to be coming in, even for you?
It's funny. I was thinking that it was pretty early to be leaving, even for you.
I have to be at the studio by 6, honey.
I knew I had a reason for not wanting to come home earlier. I'd awakened you, you'd have had dark circles under your eyes, and it would have been no good for your close-ups. We must have spoiled the ladies' close-ups.
Have you decided about playing Las Vegas?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the boys are coming out in a month or so to start working on the act. But I sure would like to skip Vegas. Maybe go on a vacation. Together.
Oh, I like that, Joe, but I don't think I can get away.
Yeah, well, we'll bump into each other from time to time. And anyway, when your pictures start coming out, I can get to see you whenever I want. All I got to do is have the price of a ticket to the matinees.
Don't drink anymore, Joe. Get a good day's sleep, huh? And eat some breakfast.
Seems I came in here for something. Joe, got the opening for the Las Vegas show. After only 2 weeks? Congratulations. $50. Hi, Martha. Hi, honey. How's my big movie star?
Joe, I left you a note this morning. I said I'd be home early. Didn't you even read it?
Yeah, I did, honey, but when you were a little late, I figured I'd have the boys come up for a few laughs.
Well, what happened was...
Hey, Joe, do you want to hear the Belmont results?
Yeah, turn it up. Hold it, Freddie.
Long
Joe.
Fleet, 860, 540, and 320. Second, Turvey, 1680 and 1260. Third, Demas, 320. Scratch, Stamper, and Costello.
Okay, Sleeping Beauty, up. Come on.
What? Oh, Martha. I laid down. I guess I must have slipped right off. You know, it's a nice, comfortable bed.
Thanks for the testimonial. The next time I want a bed tester, I'll call you.
Well, you'll be getting the best.
Will you please go?
Oh, sure. Okay. Excuse me.
What are you doing here?
Hi, little lady. Am I in the way?
Oh, no. Whatever gave you that idea? We'll shave together. Come on. Get out of my bathroom.
Well, I got all this lather on my face. What'll I do?
Sing Jingle Bells. Come on. Get out, Santa.
Okay, all right. Okay, sweetie pie.
All of you. I want all of you to get out. This isn't a bar or a gambling casino. It's my home. It's not a horse room. It's my home.
Baby, what's a home without a horse room? Relax.
Relax. Will you please tell me how to relax to standing room only? If I wanted to take a nap, I'd have to do it standing up. What are we doing here, Joe? Selling tickets? I would like a little privacy in my own home with my own husband. I'm not asking for a lot. Now get out, all of you.
She's right, Joe. Hold it. Baby, these people are my friends, and they're not leaving.
If they're so near and dear to you that you can't bear to be without them, why don't you go with them?
Come on. Yeah, let's go. I'll just get to Vegas a few days earlier. Swifty can pick up the rest of my things.
Don't you want custody of the poker chips, too?
I thought we were having a family argument, not a property settlement.
Which is Mr. Lewis's suite, please? I'm his wife.
Oh, yes, Mrs. Lewis. 204. But try the crap table on the left.
Thank you.
Number 6, the hard way, yes, sir. White 8, 11. White 8 wins. Hard 6, yes, sir.
Hello, Joe.
Hiya, baby.
Hi, Martha.
What are you doing here in Vegas?
Just came up to see my husband.
Maybe you brought me some luck. How you been?
All right. I'm sorry about the argument, Joe.
Forget it.
2 aces, craps. Loser on a come.
We're not doing so good, are we, Joe?
Sure we are, baby. We have a fight, and we have a reconciliation. It's better than breaking even. And anyway, now that you're here in Las Vegas, it's a wonderful place we can have our long postponed honeymoon.
I'd love that, Joe. Only I have to be back at the studio tomorrow.
I read somewhere where the picture was finished.
This is a new one. It's in Technicolor.
Oh.
It'll be finished in 8 weeks.
Loser 7. Joe, it's your dice now.
Joe, maybe we could go someplace quiet and talk for a little while, huh?
Yeah, it's a good idea, honey. Look, you go to the bar. I'll be there in about 10 minutes. Swifty, take Martha and buy her a drink. Come on, Martha.
Thanks.
Coming out. Hands up.
Buy my own drink.
Martha!
Hey.
Hi, honey. Oh, it's wonderful to see you. Come on, sit down.
See Joe?
Yeah.
And for a minute, I thought he saw me.
What do you have, folks?
I'll take them off.
You're kidding.
Oh, no, I'm not. I want to find out what's in that stuff that's more fun than a wife. Keep the change in.
Look, Martha, that's not going to do any good.
Excuse me. Joe, Martha's pretty upset.
I ain't exactly relaxed. I'm stuck $20,000.
Look, Joe, the crap table will be here tomorrow. Now, come on, talk to her now. You've got a performance.
Give me a break, will you, Austin? I'll be there, I tell you. I'll be right there. 4, 10.
Please, Martha, that's not going to prove anything.
It's going to prove I'm the wife of Joey Lewis. No, don't tell me I know. He's too busy to talk to me now. He's being held over at the crap table. Oh, am I kidding? It's been my fault from the very beginning for getting our marriage off to such a nothing start. Post time. What's the matter? Nobody laughing? Everybody laughs when Joe does it.
Easy 8. 4. Your point is 4. 9.
Remember me?
I said I'd be right there.
Joe, can't you just stop for a few minutes and talk to me?
Honey, don't shill for the place. I'm stuck 25 G's.
I guess that tells me.
Tells you what?
I know you don't care that about money. So now I know you care less than that about us.
Loser 7. Don'ts and the last come to pay.
Look, baby. Swifty, take her to the suite. Come on, Martha.
I'm not going any suite with you. You're not my husband. He's my husband. You, mister. You're the one I'm talking about. And you're going to stop right now and listen to what I have to say.
All right, I'm listening. What do you got to say?
Bye, I guess. That's what I want to say. Just goodbye.
Martha, baby, look.
You can't schmooze me anymore. I'm the girl who was almost married to you, remember?
It's Martha.
I know I haven't been much of a wife. But you know who you should have married? Seabiscuit. Seabiscuit with a bartender on his back. That's a perfect mate for you.
4 wins. I'm Betsy Field.
Joe, let's get a divorce so we can go back to liking each other the way we used to. We gotta get a divorce, Joe, because I'm still so crazy about you I can't see straight. Joe?
8 to 5, she doesn't make it to the door.
Joe!
Cassie went out there. You want to skip the performance?
What would I do instead?
4, the hard way.
I'm sorry, Joe. I wish there was something I could do. Get me a new stomach.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And to those of you who have seen me before, I say welcome. And to those of you who have never seen me, I say cowards. Post time. I'm very glad to be back, ladies and gentlemen, but I only come to Las Vegas for sentimental reasons. I come to visit my money. And Las Vegas is the only place I know where money really talks. It says goodbye.
That's a good idea. Why don't you say goodbye, too?
Of all of the open manholes in this town, my luck, he had a fall in this one. Mr. Mack, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Austin Mack, my accompanist. Recently, Mr. Mack has had many offers to leave me, and I know because I made most of them.
Get off, Lewis. You're holding up the entertainment.
Don't look now, pal, but the war is over. You can get new parts for your head.
That's a good joke. Where'd you get that? In a cut-rate store?
Ladies and gentlemen, don't let him bother you. Don't pay too much attention because in a little while he'll be leaving as soon as I clean up his cage.
Funny. This guy's funny. Ho, ho.
No hard feelings, pal. No hard feelings. Just meet me at the pool tomorrow morning and I'll give you a lesson in drowning.
I hear you and your wife give drunk lessons, too.
Yes.
All right, Cassie, get it off your chest. All of it. All the things you wanted to say all these years.
You better get yourself another piano player, Joe.
It's no good unless he loves you. All the way, happy to be near you when you need someone to cheer you. All the way.
Shut up.
Your cocktail, Mr. Lewis. Do you want me to shake it? Just a little.
Ladies and gentlemen, a girl with a hole in her head. What a wonderful girl.
didn't have to give Cassie that fancy present. She's not sore anymore. See you at the opening.
Hey. You thinking of taking a few belts before you go on? Yeah, I'm always thinking about having a few belts before I go on. 3 months in the hospital wasn't enough punishment. You want to play a return engagement. Are you an advanced man for Alcoholics Anonymous? I just don't like hospitals. So face up to it. Liquor won't change what happened with Letty or with Martha. And it won't bring back your voice. And speaking of the voice, Russo you would never have been. You know you'd make a perfect stranger. Hey. This is one heckler you're not going to lose too easily. Why don't you face up to it? All you can get out of a bottle is a phony dream. Yeah, sure. What do you got to offer? Everything you already have? Life's pretty good, you know. You entertain people, you make them laugh. It's what you really want. Hey, funny man. Make everybody else laugh. How about making me laugh for a change? I'll try. I'll really try.